Hello, my name is Robert Jones. I'm a systems engineer with P1 Technologies, and today's video is a demonstration of Qumulo Shift. If you haven't seen my introductory video, Qumulo Shift is the ability to replicate from an on-premises file system into AWS S3, converting files and directories into first-class AWS S3 objects. This video is going to cover the creation of the replication relationship, monitoring it, and then deleting it when you're done using it. With that, let's move on to the demonstration. What you need to create a replication relationship is an AWS S3 bucket, an IAM account with the ability to read and write that bucket, and administrative access to a Qumulo cluster running at least QFS 3.1.4. I've already created the bucket here, and I have my IAM account defined, which we'll use in a moment. So let's start at the Qumulo cluster. You begin by logging in, as you always do. And you can list the object relationship commands if you like. These are the ones here. Replication, create object relationship, and then the ability to list the object relationship statuses, list the relationships just as a list, and then the ability, if you need to abort a replication in progress or delete the relationship. What we have on the cluster is a directory called Files Shift Demo, and in there I've loaded some publicly available data from the AWS public data sets, which are IRS 990 filings. If you take a look at them, they're actually very bad performance-wise. They're a bunch of very tiny files. There's about 500 of them here in the directory, so it should give us just enough time to let the replication start up and then run for us for a minute. I'll grab the replication command, which I pre-typed because it's relatively long, but we will walk you through it. And here's the command. QQ replication create object relationship. The first thing you need is your source directory path, which in our case is shift demo. The object store address, which is an S3, Amazon S3 endpoint. The name of the object folder within the S3 bucket you're going to use. We'll use slash because we'll start writing from the top of the S3 bucket. You can create folders in the S3 bucket and then write into them, so you can fill that up with different versions of the data. The region where the bucket is hosted, US West 2 in our case. The bucket. The bucket name is Qumulo Shift Demo, which I showed you here, over here. The access key and the secret access key, obviously needed for any remote AWS operations. And if I go ahead and hit enter after entering all that, I'll get a response saying that the relationship is created. The access key ID is echoed back, and some of the basic data. The important thing here, this is the replication ID. You can use this when you're going to want to create, you're going to want to delete or check statuses of a particular relationship. But what we'll do is we'll do QQ replication object. Replication list object relationships. And there they are. You see it when we do that again. If I want to, I can do religious statuses. Here we see the object relationship is in the process of replicating. Replication is running. Files transferred 160, percentage complete 31%, and the throughput current and throughput overall. These numbers I believe are in bytes per second, and as you can see, because these are tiny files that require handshaking the entire S3 relationship every time, my performance is not very good. This would be better if we had fewer larger files. In a real file system, with a distribution of files, you'll probably see significantly better response time. It's running. We're now at about 60% through. The other things you can see, bytes remaining, bytes total transferred, and bytes transferred. Here's one of the things we look at, bytes unchanged. It's a field for future use. As it's transferring each of these files, it is running a checksum and storing it as metadata on the S3 object. And the eventual development will be as if you rerun this relationship when that's an option. It'll check that checksum locally and remotely and bypass any objects that haven't changed since the last replication pass. They're already starting to load the code for future features, which is great to see that they're working on that. Let me check again. 477, we're nearly done. 94%. 502. And replication is not running. We can see that they've total bytes transferred, files total, files transferred, files unchanged, percent complete 1.0. verb complete. So let's look at the bucket. Just do a quick refresh on it. And we can see now that the IRS 990 filings directory has been created inside the bucket. We'll select it. And there's our files. The standard storage. I'll just select one here. Open the properties. As you can see, the metadata fields are here. The metadata, Amazon Qumulo SHA-256. There's the checksum. It kind of breaks the GUI for S3, unfortunately. But there it is. Tags are available as they are on any object in S3. And if I'm going to try this, let's see if I can download this and just open the object. It should work. It's just not super easy to do because it is an XML object. We'll save the file. And I'm going to just grab it off screen here for 1 second. Whoops, that's not the right one. And there you can see it. It's opened up, like I said, it's a full first-class object in S3 ready to be used. And the last thing we'll do is we'll take this replication and we'll go ahead and delete it. Right now, this doesn't have any effect except to clean up the metadata in the Qumulo system. QQ replication delete object ID, and we'll paste that in. And now if I do relationship status, you see the relationship status is gone. The replication relationship has been removed. But if we go back to Shift demo in our bucket, this data is still there, unencumbered, and is ready to be used as you need to in AWS S3. That pretty much concludes this demo. I hope you had a chance to take a look at it and kind of understand what the current state of this feature is. Like I said, there's active development going on it. There's already been one release of QFS since it was released, and we're looking forward to seeing more features being developed in the future. Thank you very much. I'm glad you took the time to watch this video.